deployed my AI-built app to the cloud, and almost immediately something broke. My files worked perfectly on my laptop, but in production, the app couldn't connect to my S3 bucket. And this time, I couldn't just ask AI to fix it, I had to find out why. If you have been following this series, KnowledgeHub started as an AI-built document management app. Since then, I have reviewed the code, fixed problems, added security, moved file storage to S3, added database-backed sessions, and I even tested what happens when two copies of the app run at the same time. Now it was time to put the whole thing in the cloud. Before deploying, I wanted to answer one question. Does this actually work if there's more than one server? So locally, I ran two copies of the app behind an Nginx load balancer. I logged in, uploaded a document, downloaded it, deleted it, and watched the logs. My requests were moving between the two servers, but it stayed logged in. And the document was available regardless of which server handled the request. So the multi-server setup was actually working. But here's the important part. I tested that locally, but not in production. The production scaling setup requires a paid tier that I don't have right now. So I'm not going to pretend I tested something I didn't. Locally tested, production not yet. That's the difference between an assumption and evidence. Then I deployed and S3 didn't work. The credentials were there, the bucket existed, the application was configured for AWS S3. So what was wrong? I started investigating instead of randomly changing configuration. And eventually I found it. My S3 bucket was in a different AWS region than my application. The code wasn't broken. My infrastructure configuration was. I fixed the region and S3 started working. And honestly, this was one of my favorite problems in the project. Because this is the kind of problem you don't really understand until you actually deploy something. There was another thing I appreciated during this process. Earlier, I had put file storage behind a storage service interface. At the time, it probably looked like extra abstraction. But now it paid off. Locally, I could use local storage or Minio. In production, I could use AWS S3. I didn't have to rewrite the application. I changed the configuration, fixed the infrastructure, and moved on. Sometimes you don't appreciate an architecture decision until the day you actually need it. And that's KnowledgeHub, officially running in the cloud. But I wasn't done yet. The app could store and search documents. I wanted it to actually understand them. So next, I gave it an AI assistant using RAG. And that's where this project got really interesting. Build, review, improve, deploy.